Chosen one, do not scroll past this moment, because this is not just another message, and this is not just another video that found you by accident. God is speaking directly to you right now, and what He is revealing is too urgent, too sacred, and too powerful for you to ignore. There is a house with your name already written over it in the Spirit, a place prepared not only for your comfort, but for your peace, your healing, your restoration, and your next assignment. This is not a random move. This is not wishful thinking. This is divine placement. God says June will not pass without movement. June will not leave you where it found you. June is the month when what has been forming in silence begins to step into view. You have felt something shifting. You have felt the restlessness. You have felt the deep pull in your spirit, like something is about to break open. Like something long delayed is finally about to move. That feeling was not false. That feeling was not confusion. That was the hand of God preparing you to recognize what He has already prepared. Chosen one, this house is not just walls and windows. It is a sign that your season is changing. It is proof that God has not forgotten your prayers, not forgotten your tears, not forgotten the nights you stayed quiet while your heart was asking heaven for relief. He heard every word. He saw every wound, and now He is answering in a way that will leave no doubt that His timing is perfect. Stay with me, because what comes next will confirm even more. And you need to hear every part of this with your spirit wide open. But first, if you receive this word, comment right now, 777. I receive my house in June. Type it with faith. Declare it boldly. And if this message is already speaking to your spirit, make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share this with someone who needs confirmation that God is still moving, still opening doors, and still placing His chosen ones exactly where they are meant to be. God is not showing you this promise casually. He is sounding an alarm over your life because the hour of transition is no longer distant. And what is coming in June carries more weight than you realize. Before we go further, stop here for just a moment. If your spirit is confirming what you just heard, if something in you already recognized this word before your mind could explain it, 444 is the sign of divine protection, of foundation being laid, of God building something over your life this June that cannot be shaken and cannot be moved. Type it now. Let heaven see your agreement. This is not merely about changing locations. This is not only about stepping into a different house. This is about heaven moving you out of one season and establishing you in another with authority, precision, and finality. There are moments in life when God comforts, and there are moments when God repositions. This is a repositioning. This is the kind of shift that breaks old cycles, silences old grief, and closes the mouth of every lie that tried to convince you that you would always live under pressure, instability, and delay. Hear this clearly. The move that is coming is connected to your peace, but it is also connected to your calling. The place God is leading you into is not random. It has been marked because your next level requires a different environment. Your spirit has known that something could not remain the same. That heaviness you have felt, that pressure in your chest, that sense that your current season has become too tight for who you are becoming, none of that has been meaningless. God has been letting you feel the strain, because He wanted you to stop settling in a place that was only meant to be temporary. You were never called to stay where your soul was being drained. You were never set apart by God to live beneath the level of peace He had already written into your future. For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans for peace and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29:11. That verse is not decorative in this moment. It is the stamp of God over this word. What is about to happen in June is part of that plan, not a vague hope, not a fragile possibility. A plan, a real plan, a heaven-ordained plan. And this is why the matter is serious. If you keep treating this season like nothing is changing, you may fail to recognize the holy urgency of what God is doing. This is your moment to pay attention. This is your moment to stop dismissing the signs. Stop shrinking your expectations. Stop talking yourself out of what God is making ready. The enemy would love for you to stay numb, distracted, hesitant, and spiritually asleep right before the door opens. But God is waking you up. He is telling you that this next move will not be small. It will expose how faithfully He has been working behind the scenes while you thought nothing was moving. It will reveal that delay was never denial. It will prove that what looked silent was still sacred. And when this door opens, it will not only change your address, it will confront your fear, challenge your unbelief, and force you to admit that God was telling the truth all along. So, let me ask you this. Have you felt that deep warning in your spirit that something major is closer than it has ever been? Because that is not emotion alone. That is God preparing you to walk into what He has already decided will be yours. Lately, something inside you has not been able to rest. And that is because God has been pressing on your spirit with urgency. This is deeper than emotion, than mood, deeper than a passing desire for change. What you have been feeling is the strain of a season that can no longer contain where God is taking you. The discomfort has been real. The weariness has been real. The strange ache in your spirit. The sense that your current space no longer fits the person God is shaping you to become. That has been real too. And you need to understand the seriousness of this moment. When God begins to disturb what once felt normal, it is because He is preparing to break you out of what has become too small, too heavy, too dry for your calling. That restlessness was not an accident. It was mercy. It was God refusing to let you grow comfortable in a place that was never meant to be permanent. You may have noticed it in quiet ways. The sudden urge to clear things out. The feeling that you cannot keep carrying the same weight. The way your heart pauses when you see certain homes, certain rooms, certain images that stir something you cannot explain. The dreams that feel vivid, the pull toward order, toward release, toward readiness. None of this has been random. God has been preparing you before the door appears, because when the moment comes, He does not want you confused. He wants you ready. He wants your spirit alert. He wants your faith awake. And here is what makes this even more intense. The pressure you have felt was never only about where you are living now. It was also about what has been living on you. Old sorrow, old instability. God is not merely moving you toward another house in June. He is moving you out of a condition that has tried to define you for too long. This is why your soul has felt so stirred. Heaven has been making room. God has been loosening your grip on what cannot go with you. He has been teaching your heart to stop calling survival peace. So, if you have felt unusually sensitive, unusually tired of the old, unusually aware that something must change soon, do not dismiss it. That weight is the signal. That stirring is the warning. Something holy is getting closer, and your spirit knows it before your eyes can see it. There is a place already carrying your peace before you ever step across its threshold. And God is not speaking about it in symbols alone. He is speaking about a real house, a real covering, a real place where your spirit will finally stop bracing for impact and begin to breathe again. This is why the matter is so weighty. The home that is being prepared for you is not just about shelter. It is about recovery. It is about restoration. It is about God bringing you into an atmosphere that does not fight your healing, but protects it. Some places drain you the moment you enter them. Some seasons press on your chest until even rest feels like labor. But the house God is leading you toward in June carries a different sound, a different stillness, a different kind of mercy. The air there will not feel heavy with old battles. The rooms will not echo with the same strain you have been carrying. There will be a holy calm in that place, the kind that makes your shoulders drop, your breathing soften, and your heart realize before your mind does that something has shifted for good. Someone is still holding their breath through all of this, still carrying the weight of a door that has not opened yet, still standing in the strain of a season that has felt too long, too heavy, too silent. What you are feeling right now, that stillness in your chest, that quiet ache that rose while you were listening, that is not anxiety. That is your spirit, recognizing that release is closer than your fear has told you. Covering does not begin with arrival. And if it has reached you, if this word has been the one that found you at the right moment, then what you do next is not a transaction. It is a declaration. Through the link in the description or the pinned comment, you can sow a seed into this mission. Not a donation to a channel, not payment for content. A seed planted into the ground of someone else's breakthrough. The person who will hear this word at 2 a.m. when nothing else is speaking to their situation. You can give the price of a coffee, a one-time gift, or become part of the inner circle that keeps this mission moving every single month. Every level is an act of faith, not an act of charity. Luke 6:38 says, "Give, and it shall be given unto you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over." That promise was not spoken for another season. It is alive right now over your life. As you release your seed, bring with you the door you have been knocking on the longest, the one that has not opened yet, not a list, just the one. The thing you think about most when the room gets quiet. Place that prayer inside your seed, not a general prayer. The kind you mean when you are honest in the quiet. The door you have knocked on more times than you want to admit. The stability you have asked for without knowing how to describe it. The safety you stopped letting yourself want because wanting it hurt too much. The fear underneath all of it that you might wait this long and still not arrive. Stop holding your hands closed, gripping, waiting, calculating, and let what God has prepared have room to land. Your house is not as far away as the waiting has made it feel. This is not fantasy. This is divine preparation. Jesus said, "In my Father's house are many mansions. I go to prepare a place for you." John 14:2. And while that verse reaches beyond this life, it also reveals something about the heart of God. He is a God who prepares places. He does not send his people forward empty-handed. He does not call them into a new chapter without making provision for where their peace will grow. That is why this house matters so much. It is not random square footage. It is not a lucky opening. It is not a last-minute arrangement. It is a prepared place carrying the evidence of God's foresight. Even now, details are being aligned that you cannot yet see. A door, a key, a conversation, a listing, a release, a timing, all of it is being positioned with precision. And when you arrive there, what will overwhelm you first may not be excitement, but relief, deep relief, the kind that almost breaks you into tears because after so much pressure, you will feel what safety feels like again. The walls will not just surround you. They will witness that God can still establish peace around a life that has known warfare. And the first night you stand in that house, whether in silence or trembling gratitude, something in you will whisper that God did not forget a single prayer. He was preparing a place where your heart could stop surviving and start living. What is coming to you has not been assembled in public. It has been arranged in secret under the authority of God, through people who do not even realize they are carrying pieces of your next chapter in their hands. That is why you cannot measure this season by what you currently see. Heaven has been moving behind the curtain. While you were wondering why certain doors closed, why certain plans stalled, why certain places no longer felt right, God was already setting in order the people, the timing, the details, and the exact pathway that would lead you to the house prepared for you in June. This is more serious than you think. Because when God begins to orchestrate a move like this, every delay becomes meaningful. Every interruption becomes directional. And every ending becomes part of a holy rearrangement. Someone may be cleaning that place right now. Someone may be repairing something small, posting a listing, releasing a key, making a decision, or stepping away from a property they were never meant to keep. And they may think it is only an ordinary moment. But heaven knows better. God knows that what looks ordinary to them is directly connected to your answered prayer. Right now, type 1111 in the comments. 1111 is the number of divine alignment, the signal that heaven is orchestrating every detail you cannot see into a moment you will not be able to deny. If you believe God is aligning the person, the timing, the key, and the door for your move this June, type it now. You are not watching this by chance. Declare your alignment before it is visible. This is why you must not mock the process by calling it a coincidence. It is not coincidence when God goes ahead of you. It is not coincidence when the wrong door shut at the same time the right one is being prepared. It is not a coincidence that confusion increases right before clarity appears. It is not coincidence that what once fit you suddenly feels unbearable. That is not life becoming unstable. That is God making it impossible for you to stay where He never intended you to remain. The seriousness of this hour is that you are standing closer than ever to a divinely arranged shift. And if you stay spiritually asleep, you may overlook the fingerprints of God all over it. He has been redirecting conversations, aligning schedules, shifting decisions, and ordering steps that seem unrelated now, but will soon connect with shocking precision. You are not being moved by luck, you are being placed by the hand of God. And when this house comes into view, it will not simply feel available. It will feel appointed. It will carry that unmistakable weight of divine permission, as if peace itself has been waiting behind the door for your arrival. So do not despise the hidden season. Do not curse the slow season. Do not assume that silence means absence. God has been working in silence because some blessings are too sacred to be built in noise. Before we continue, there is someone in your life standing at the edge of giving up on the very thing this message is speaking about. They have gone quiet about it. They have not told anyone how close they are to losing faith in what God promised them. When you share this message, you are not just sharing a video. You are sending the voice of God ahead of a door that is about to open for them. Share this right now with someone who needs to be reminded that God is still moving, still aligning, still keeping His word. When you bless someone else's faith, heaven adds to yours. Tell me in the comments. Have you seen doors close lately only to feel deep down that God was redirecting you somewhere better? June will not arrive quietly for you, because before the door opens, God will begin to make the signs impossible to ignore. What has been subtle will become unmistakable. What has been hidden in fragments will begin to gather into one clear message. And this is why you must stay spiritually alert now. Because the confirmations that are coming are not small. They are not accidental details you should brush aside. They are signals from the hand of God, and they are arriving to prepare your heart for the moment your eyes finally see what heaven has already declared. You may begin to notice patterns that stir something deep inside you, a certain kind of house, a certain street, a picture that stops you in your tracks, a number that repeats, a conversation that seems ordinary on the surface, but lands on your spirit with unusual weight. These things will not come to entertain you, they will come to awaken you. God knows how to make a promise stand before you in ways your spirit cannot deny. There will be moments when you pause and feel that strange stillness in your chest, that sudden awareness that something is getting closer, something sacred, something appointed. Do not talk yourself out of that moment. Do not call it imagination. Do not dismiss what God is making plain, for the vision is yet for an appointed time, though it tarry. Wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry. Habakkuk 2-3. This is not just a beautiful verse for encouragement. It is a warning to remain watchful. God is saying that what He spoke over your life has an appointed time, and June carries that time more heavily than you know. The signs are not the promise itself, but they are the mercy of God going before the promise, preparing your faith so that when the door opens, you will not freeze in fear or shrink back in unbelief. You will recognize the moment. You will know the sound of it. You will feel the peace of it. That is why this matters so much. God is not